Hey, what's up? And welcome to the behind the scenes of Chrono Trigger. So I've been pretty vocal about this on some of our other channels, particularly on the gaming channel, but Chrono Trigger is my favorite video game of all time. So I really wanted this project to be something that I could be proud to watch as a fan of the game. And I'm thinking, like, now that it's coming together, we still have a few shots we need to finish, but I'm watching it and I'm getting some of those kind of nostalgic sort of feelings as I'm watching it. That's kind of the goal. That's what I'm hoping that will happen to those of you who played that game and who love that game. You know, I did my best to do a really, like, faithful remix of the songs, to where I'm not like straying away so far and making it my own. I mean, it's very recognizably the music from the game, but you know, with some kind of metal style in it. And then all of the areas that we recreated, we tried to recreate them as close as we have the capability of doing. And hopefully they'll all be recognizable, and you know, you'll be watching the video and you'll be like, oh, floating continents, like, oh, that's totally like End of Time, that's the lamp and everything. Like, I remember that from when I played the game. That's kind of the goal with this one, so hopefully you guys liked it. So one thing that we did on this video that we haven't been good about doing in the past is we drew storyboards for it. Well, some storyboards we drew, and others we just took directly from cutscenes from the game. Storyboarding, as I've come to learn from working on the storyboards for RN5, it takes a really long time. It's super boring and monotonous, but it is so helpful when you have them before you go shoot something, so that everybody is aware of the angles you're supposed to be shooting at. It's also extremely helpful to have that storyboard all cut, which is what I did. I actually I cut the storyboard into basically the exact length of the video we were going to be shooting for, that went on beat with the music and everything like that. And you know, it looks like crap, but the point of it is so that you know exactly where shots are coming, like where they're going to go, how long exactly they need to be, which is extremely helpful when you're doing visual effect, because you don't want to render like 3 seconds of frame, or 3 seconds of the shot that are just going to get cut out. You know, you want to know exactly how long it's going to be, so you don't waste a lot of time rendering something that isn't even going to end up going in the video. Also, we had a shot list so that we could go down and we color coded them so that each one of us, the 3 of us, would know which shots we were responsible for, how long they're supposed to be, and we're able to break it down and be much more organized. And we still didn't get the video done when we wanted it to be done, but regardless of that, like, I think we got it done much faster than we would have otherwise. There was a lot of effort from multiple people that went into this, and so I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about all the different parts. Almost every shot in this video was an effect shot. The only exceptions are the ones where I'm playing guitar, like out on the snow, the frozen lake. So there was a lot of effects that went into this, a lot of time, a lot of effort. But the idea kind of started, Landon was actually talking about maybe doing some sort of video where there's just lots of destruction. We were talking about how maybe we could tie that into a video game, and the idea came up for Lavos destroying the Earth from Chrono Trigger. And then that kind of evolved into me doing a rock medley of Chrono Trigger music, and then it kind of became the music video. We used View to render some of the backgrounds, and then had the ship kind of flying through all the different environments we tried to recreate from Chrono Trigger. So I created the End of Time. Well, Casen got that started and I kind of finished it. The End of Time kind of environment with the lamp. And then Landon recreated the Age of Antiquity, the floating continents, and a lot of like the ice sequences that you see when the ship's flying through. We used Element quite a bit. Element 3D, if you haven't heard of that, is a plugin for After Effects, and that's what we used primarily for compositing the ship into environments. If we weren't using View, we were using Element 3D for that. So we were trying to figure out how to make Lavos, and we can't model anything in 3D. And then Casen discovered, you was playing, what were you playing?
I was playing Nancy Drew. I was playing this Nancy Drew where Nancy is with like the Hardy Boys and they're on the beach and you gotta solve a mystery. And anyways, we came across underwater because we were snorkeling. We rented some snorkel gear in the game. It's pretty fun. You go underwater and we found a sea urchin, and I looked at that and I was like, wait a second, that looks exactly like Lavos from Chrono Trigger. So I go online and I start looking up, like, you know, sea urchin spikes and mouths and everything. It's exactly the same. So I took some photos of sea urchins and kind of composed them together. This doesn't, I mean, I still need to do a little bit of work here, right? But I started doing this as our 3D modeler was modeling a different type of Lavos. And this is about as far as I got, but you know, it's got the mouth and everything. It's pretty much, I mean, it's close, but the 3D model ended up looking better.
Gabe bailed us out again. He made the Epoch, because that was like the kind of the premise of the whole video. Can we get the Epoch to like fly around? I don't know. I can't make that. And then Gabe was like, I can make it. So he made it. And then we come down to Lavos, like, okay, can we make that? Casen made one that looked pretty sick, and then Gabe was like, I remember I called Gabe up and I was like, hey, don't worry about making a 3D model. I think Casen came up with a pretty good solution. And he was like, hold up, I think I made something really sick. And then he showed it to us. It was like, yeah, we're gonna use that one. All right, so here we are, third day in a row, trying to get this shot. Yesterday, all of the footage we got was jittery, real bad, and it was not framed correctly. So Case and I are back again for a third day in a row.
Waiting for the sun to go down.
Fly this thing. Sun has to be down. Got to be all the way down. Actually, it's just about to go all the way down.
Almost. It's almost there.
Fly this thing again. We're going to try and get 3 shots today. One where I'm just walking across that frozen tundra, and it's like going to fly over me from real high. And then we're going to try and get a couple of other guitar shots.
Oh my gosh. Listen to this.
What is it? Oh, do you hear the ice? You can totally hear the ice underneath this. I don't know how thick this ice is.
About a couple feet. I don't know.
Hopefully it's at least a couple feet. At least that much. But anyways, yeah. That's something to keep in mind. If you're looking to buy a Phantom Copter and you only have the Hero 2, jitter's a problem. If you have the Hero 3, there is a filter you can get that will help with that. But we don't have one. So, gotta wait for the sun to go down.
But we haven't done it yet.
And hopefully that exposure will help. Also shoot 24p so that your shutter speed doesn't have to be so high. So, we're back for the 4th time trying to get this shot to work. The problem, and I've mentioned this before, so Navarre's probably going to edit this out.
Nope!
But the problem with the GoPro here too is you're just getting too much jitter on these shots. If you have a GoPro Hero 3, you can use this filter, and that won't be a problem. Then you can shoot in the daytime. So anyways, it was funny because we were complaining about this to some other filmmakers locally, and they were all like, well, I have Hero 3, like, just borrow from us. We need to have stronger connections with filmmakers around here so that we can feel comfortable doing that. So we apologize to all of you who know us, follow us, and that we haven't been good about collaborating. We want to do more of that this year. If you want to collaborate with Warrior Lasky, let us know what your skills are. We'll find a way to use your skills in our video, and I'm sure you can find a way to use our skills in your video. That's it.